Hello everyone, it is Shadowswell, and I'm here to present to you guys some more League of Legends action. I got a game finally at 2 minutes in, but sad thing is first blood happened like 2 minutes in. As we can see, Sona, well, pretty much got a kill on, who was it? On Janna. So yeah, support got an assist, well, got a kill on a support, and there's nothing I can do about that. This is the exact earliest we can get into the game, just because of the delay and everything like that. So yeah, hope you guys enjoy this. I paused it and did everything I had to do. Let's just go ahead and jump into things. So up at top we have a Fizz versus an Irellia, which I have no idea where Irellia is. Oh, Irellia is helping Jarvan with the jungle, and as I say that, Jarvan is jungling for the blue team. We've got Voli jungling for the purple team. Middle we have Zed for the blue team versus Ahri for the purple. And bottom we have Ezreal and Janna, Ezreal and Sona versus Janna Caitlyn. So pretty standard matchup all in all. This is a ranked game, and obviously I'll put everything up in the top and stuff like that. Everything you need to know about this game. I'm just excited that I finally got a game that was like just legitimately starting instead of 5 minutes in, 10 minutes in, stuff like that. And as we can see, we've got just standard stuff going on right now. Irellia is trying to size up Fizz. Fizz is trying to size up Irellia. Zed's trying to size up Ahri, and now we got Voli trying to come in for his red here. And we've got Zed may pick up the kill here on Voli in the jungle. No, Voli will get away. No, he turns around because he sees Irellia heading his way. And now that Irellia is trying to get onto... No, Jarvan actually gets the kill on Voli here in the jungle, making a nice 2-0 to start the game off at 3 minutes in. I mean, yes, we can obviously see it's 8.5 minutes in, but... I mean, come on now. You don't want to jump forward 8.5 minutes, do ya? No. I mean, I'm going to speed it up here just so we can catch up a little bit to live, because really, there's really not much to talk about at this point in time, because it's the farming phase. There's very little death going to be happening here, aside from minion death. I mean, we do see, though, Caitlyn is a little further behind Ezreal in the, creep farm, and Ezreal trying to jump in underneath the tower here onto that Caitlyn fails to. We see Zed here actually ahead of Ahri, oddly enough, and Fizz just barely ahead of Irellia in the farm up at top. And Fizz will get a little more farm. In the meantime, we got Voli trying to get some damage in onto Zed here, make him maybe waste his flash, but that's not going to happen. Zed actually wastes his flash early in the jungle, and now we have a Voli coming in down here to try and get either Sona or Ezreal, and looks like he's going to get Sona for his troubles, and Caitlyn will pick up the kill on Sona, and Ezreal now trying to do as much damage as he can to that Voli, which, I mean, it's decent, but it's not a whole lot. We're just going to go ahead and see the vision of the purple team here. They don't see that Jarvan, is over here. They will see Jarvan maybe go across here. No, they don't. They don't have that much map vision at all. They have just a ward up at top. They don't have a ward in the river. It's all blue team wards. I mean, that's a standard place you'd place a ward and everything, because why not? But yeah, now we've got Jarvan in here underneath Janna, and Janna just taking a ton of damage, but nobody getting the kill on her. Voli now, he was holding middle for Ahri for just a little bit, allowing Zed to take just a little more CS than Ahri. I mean, he doesn't have that, whole lot. Now Ahri does a ton of damage to Zed, and Zed's trying to do a ton of damage to her with his ult. I mean, he doesn't manage to do so, but he does manage to live. So that is probably the best thing he can ask for right about now, is just the ability to live. A lot of people forget about that. Ahri can get health back just from her passive. It's pretty damn awesome. Essence Thief, yeah. After her 9th attack, after Ahri hits with 9 spells, her next spell has 35% spell vamp. That's nice. In the meantime, we see Ahri and Fizz going at it up here at top, but no real, actual damage for a kill. I mean, it's just some friendly, hits back and forth, but again, not a whole lot to actually cause a death. Meantime, we see Ezreal putting back here to base because He's actually way ahead, well, 5 kills ahead of Caitlyn as far as CS goes. We've got, wow, Zed 10 ahead of Ahri. We've got Fizz 4 ahead of Irellia. But again, that's not going to matter too much. Irellia will get pretty beefy and tanky come the later stage of this game, and Fizz is he's gonna get more bursty and less sustainable damage. I mean, Fizz will sustain damage, but not as much as he can burst. Let's just be completely honest. In the meantime, Zed here is going to get caught out by Volibear. He knew about Volibear just 2 seconds ago after Volibear showed his face in lane. But really, what can Volibear do? Zed has a Blightwater Cutlass. Again, I probably mispronounced that, but whatever. We all know what it is at this point in time, so why bother? You know, it's potato at that point. But I'm just wondering here why there's no map vision whatsoever for either team pretty much. Like, they barely have the bare minimum covered. Like, the blue team we can see here has a ward here and a ward here to check for counter ganks. Purple team has a ward over here and a ward in here. Again, bare minimum for both teams. Which I am shocked that they would actually have bare minimum. I would have thought they wanted to have, you know, the best they possibly can be. I guess that Janna and Sona aren't really, you know, in the gold right about now. And wow, this Zed's just dominating Ahri as far as CS goes. But then again, Ahri can do a ton of damage to Zed with very, very little effort. And now the blue team actually knows that Volibear was there because they do have that ward there, and now they're going to go in and try and get him. Zed does a ton of damage to that Volibear, and Volibear dies to Zed's ultimate. Now Ahri forced to ult here defensively to get out of Jarvan's ult. So pretty good use by Jarvan right there on his ult. Yes, he did use his ult, but he also forced Ahri to use hers in a defensive posture instead of an aggressive. So that'll actually help Zed in the long term. You know, she does have, you know, another 70 seconds on her ult. He has about 90 seconds. But she can do a ton of damage like she is now. And Zed will barely live. No, Zed will die to that Ignite. So Ignite gets the kill for Ahri there. Which, good for her. Kudos. Definitely putting her team slightly up on the board. Again, we see the farm difference and everything like that. And now Irellia is shooting up in farm versus that Fizz. I would have to assume due to her ult. And I'm assuming correctly on that one. I'm not making an ass out of you and me. And we got Jarvan actually way ahead of Volibear in the farm. Volibear's only at 39, whereas Jarvan's at 39. Yeah, Volibear's at 29, Jarvan's at 39, I'm sorry. And Jarvan actually has the gold lead just because he has 1 assist and a kill. I mean, if we look at the gold differences between the jungles, we see 2.5 versus 2k. That's a big difference. In the meantime, Sona here Janna gets caught with Sona's ult, and she flashes out of range of Ezreal's ult. Meantime, Caitlyn picks up the kill on Sona here in right here in lane, which that was a misstep by Ezreal, I feel. But, you know, what are you going to really do? Not much at this point in time. We're still only 10 minutes in. Again, I'm just glad we're seeing this pretty much from the start. Forgive me, because I've been busy talking to people on the phone. But in the meantime, we see Volibear get caught out here yet again, and Jarvan picks up the kill on Volibear, making Jarvan 2-0. Volibear is 0-3. But this shows you the, you know, at higher levels how his, well, what was it? His, where is it? His Q, his Rolling Thunder, is actually affected now. They nerfed it a lot for early game. Like, late game, it does actually at the same and better as far as him getting, you know, extra movement speed, but early game it's a lot less, and that comes into play, you know, in a big way. In the meantime, we see Ahri posturing to come down here and gank bottom, and same thing with that Jarvan. Looks like they may get Caitlyn out here, and no, that ult by Janna saving her for a little bit, and now we've got Ahri getting the kill on Sona here, and Jarvan now trying not to die from Caitlyn and Ahri, and he's going to be able to survive just barely though. In the meantime, Volibear comes up top to get a gank on to Irellia, And now Caitlyn's taking a ton of turret damage for her trouble, and she just barely survives with about 200 health. We see Fizz here barely able to survive versus that Irellia thanks to Volibear. Zed's pushing that tower, which that's definitely what the blue team needs at this point. They are way behind on gold. Well, they're not way behind, but they are behind on gold and they're behind on kills. And now they are head in gold, but still behind on the kills. And now Volibear just pops his ghost to catch up to Zed. And Zed now trying to do the best he can with running away. But he's going to die to Volibear, and now Volibear is 2-3. So he's about equal the playing field versus Jarvan. But I don't know. Again, that early game aggression from Volibear can still hurt. You know, but we're getting towards the early mid game now. And we do see the purple team going ahead and posturing to take Dragon. They will take it without pretty much without, you know, being contested for it, which is really good for them. That'll put them in the gold lead yet again. They were behind after Zed took that tower, but now they'll be ahead thanks to Dragon. And they're ahead by about 800 gold, so that's a pretty big deal right there. You know, 700-800 gold, big deal, especially if it's on the correct people. You know, we see Ezreal popping his arcane shift and doing nothing really, and Sona taking a ton of damage for her troubles. Just looking at the gold differences here, between the top it's about 400 in favor of Fizz, between the jungle it's about 200 in favor of Jarvan, between the middle it's about not even 30 in favor of Ahri. Now it's obviously going to change because she's getting some last hits on the creeps. Between the ADCs it's about 800 favoring favoring Caitlyn. Between the supports is about 100 favoring Sona. But nice arcane shift by Ezreal, or arcane shift there by Ezreal, catching catching that Caitlyn ult for Sona. You know, allowing Sona to live. I believe it is arcane shift anyway. Yes, it is. I've been mispronouncing lots of stuff recently, and now we see Ahri using her ult in an aggressive / defensive manner, both at the same time, doing as much damage as she can to Zed, and trying not to die. And now we see Caitlyn doing a ton of damage to Ezreal. Caitlyn's almost got her Infinity Edge at this point in time, and Ezreal's working towards a Bloodthirster. I don't know which is going to be better. In the meantime, I'm sorry I missed that one, guys. We see Ahri pick up the kill on Zed here. Pretty much, where did he die? He died underneath his tower. So that is definitely no bueno at all. Meantime, we see Janna taking a lot of turret hits here, and we see Caitlyn doing the same thing, and this is not good. I have no idea why that's bugged right there. So that's going to be there the rest of the game. I am sorry, guys. I don't know if you guys can see it, but it's got plus 20G, plus 15G over here. And yeah, that is definitely not good. You know, I wish it weren't there, but what can we do? In the meantime, Ahri did take that tower middle, with Volibear posturing to help her if need be. In the meantime, we got Jarvan here for a lane gank. I'm just seeing what the purple team can see right now. They can't see that Jarvan's coming in for a lane gank at all. I mean, we know where Jarvan is. He's right there, and now they know where he is. In the meantime, Sona gets the kill on Janna right there. And we see Ahri coming in here. In the meantime, Jarvan got the kill on Caitlyn underneath the tower. Sona got killed right there by Ahri. And now Ahri's about to get a double kill. She gets the kill on Ezreal. And Volibear posturing to come in now, and he's chasing that Jarvan. Jarvan's going to try and get away as best he can here. And that Volibear just eating turret hits left, right, and center. I mean, Jarvan will be able to do some sort of damage to Volibear, but not a whole lot. And Volibear and Ahri will get away. Now we've got Zed coming in up top to try and do damage to Fizz and maybe see if they can kill him. Although, I don't know if it's going to work. There's Playful Trickster, and there we go. That's exactly what they needed. And now Fizz pops his shield, but he still dies to Zed's ult. He did pop his barrier to try and survive the ult, but yeah, the Zed did a little too much damage. Just a little too much. And you gotta remember, it does do 149 plus 35% of all damage, Zed does to the target. And apparently it was enough to break that barrier. The 149 was pretty much half as much to break the barrier, but yeah, that's a nice kill for Zed, putting him still on par with Ahri. I believe, at least gold-wise. No, Ahri's about 800 gold in the lead still, because she's just getting kills left, right, and center. So that's definitely good for Ahri, not good for Zed. Zed would be wise here to build, I would say, Mercury Treads, just for the magic resist. Like, everybody on the blue team should actually build Mercury Treads, because they've got to deal with Fizz and Ahri, and that's a lot of magical damage. And I mean a lot. You know, if Zed gets a Guardian Angel, good. You know, any sort of magic resist he can get, the better. You know, Banshee's Veil, not necessarily the ideal thing because he doesn't have mana, but still good. And now they see Ahri coming in down here yet again, and Jarvan trying to get a kill or do something to Ahri. Now Ahri pops her ult first in defensive posture, now in an aggressive posture, and Zed will eat the ult right there from Caitlyn to try and save Jarvan. And now that's going to be a dead Ahri in about 3 seconds flat here. And no, she will survive actually, only for another few seconds. And Jarvan finally picks up the kill. In the meantime, Irellia gets the kill on Janna down there. And now we see that Volibear is trying to get the kill on somebody here. And it's going to be on Irellia. Yes, Volibear gets the kill on Irellia. And Jarvan comes in here trying to save somebody. We see Volibear chasing and gets the kill on Sona. So double kill for him. In the meantime, Caitlyn gets the kill on Jarvan. And no, yeah, Caitlyn got the kill on Jarvan and Ezreal got the kill on Caitlyn. That's a lot of kills in a short amount of time. And now we see Fizz and Volibear posturing to take that Ezreal out. And oh no, Ezreal does not know about this. Now he knows, and he's too late on the... Yeah, he's too late in realizing that. And Ezreal's about to die here in about 2 seconds. There he goes, and Fizz picks up the kill. So definitely not what Ezreal wanted to have happen. Gold-wise, again, we see, you know, the tops, it's in favor of Fizz in a big way at this point in time. It's about 700 gold in favor of Fizz. Or no, 500 gold in favor of Fizz. Now it's about to be 700 with that dragon, I'm sorry. Between these jungles, it's like 20 or so in favor of Jarvan for the next few seconds. And, you know, in terms of the middle, it's still in Ahri's favor by about 900 now, or 1,000. Between the ADCs, it's in favor of Caitlyn by about 1.1k or so. And we see Irellia trying to not die here and gets killed right there by Janna with the... Wow. Janna with the... What is that? No, not Eye of the Storm, not Zephyr. Oh yeah, Zephyr. So, she got the kill? Nice. But yeah, Irellia was just a little too gung-ho without her teammates. So definitely bad idea right there by Irellia. In the meantime, as I was going to say, between the supports is about 300 in favor of Janna, but you know, does she have the same gold per 10 items? She actually has an extra gold per 10 item. Meantime, Ahri gets the kill on Zed here in middle with the help of Fizz, and now Ahri's trying to get the kill on Jarvan here, and Jarvan looking to shut her down in a big way, and he's not able to. Ahri gets the kill on Jarvan as well. So this is definitely not good for the blue team at this point in time. I mean, they are 10 kills or 9 kills behind, about 5,000 gold behind, and Sona trying to do something onto that Janna, and Janna will pick up the kill with popping her flash, and Ezreal in the meantime gets the kill on Caitlyn, and he will be able to get away, thankfully. I have a feeling if Janna had focused on Ezreal instead of on Sona, then she would have been able to get the kill on actually Ezreal, or save Caitlyn rather. Meantime, the blue team, or the purple team, again doesn't have that much map vision, but neither does the blue team. The blue team has just slightly more than the purple team. The purple team has a ward here, and a ward here to prevent to prevent ganks on them, and like, you know, run by ganks coming through the tri-bush here. Blue team, what do they see? They see over here near middle, they see in this bush, and they see up here at this tri-bush. So a little more map vision, not a whole lot though. Meantime, we do have Ahri coming in yet again to bottom. I think she's going to try and steal the jungle, or she's going to do something. I don't know. She might come around, try and get the kill on either Sona or Ezreal, but this is a little weird. I mean, I'm not used to seeing a Fizz and an Ahri and a Fizz just completely wrecked top. In the meantime, we got Ahri coming in here, and she's going to use her ult in an aggressive position. Meantime, Fizz did get the kill underneath the tower on that Sona, and Fizz gets the double kill onto Ezreal. And Ahri just eating a couple turret hits, not a whole lot. In the meantime, Zed gets killed up here by Volibear. Ahri takes the tower kill down here at bottom. And the blue team's in a whole lot of trouble now. They're about 6,000 gold behind, 12 kills behind. And nobody for them is building magic resist. Nobody. Actually, no, that's a lie. Jarvan has some magic resist. Same thing with Irellia. But Zed has no magic resist. Neither does Sona. Neither does Ezreal. And versus the two, very, very potent APs on the purple team, they need everybody with some sort of magic resist. And I mean everybody. Meantime, we do have Irellia trying to do something here, and she does force them back with Jarvan's help, but that's going to be a dead Jarvan in about 4 seconds here. Sona tries to do something. Meantime, Volibear gets the kill on the top tower. Sona pops her ult onto that, onto Ahri, but Ahri gets away scot-free, with about 200 life. Caitlyn gets away with about 500 life. In the meantime, Janna is trying to run away here from Zed, Sona, and from Ezreal, and Zed finally picks up the kill. I feel like that's not even worth it. Like, they're still about 8,000 gold behind. They're quickly the gap between them is quickly climbing, I should say. And it looks like we've got a finish over here in the next few minutes. I'm gonna have to assume that the blue team surrenders, or they just flat out lose, or they turn this game around. That's indicative of just three things. Or it could be the purple team surrendered for some reason. Meantime, we do see, Fizz picking up the kill on Jarvan over here. Yeah, definitely not good. As I said, the blue team needs magic resist. They need to get it, otherwise this pretty much isn't going to be worth it for them. Sona can pretty much get 4-shot right here by Fizz if he so deems it. And 1, 2, 3, and 4. So pretty much, 4 or 5 shot her. That's to be expected. I was counting his ult as one of those shots as well. Ult, auto attacks, and just his abilities. Yeah. They definitely need magic resist, otherwise, they're in just a whole heap of trouble. Especially considering that Ahri is 7-1. 7-1 Ahri. That is a lot. Zed has 0 magic resist. Or 0 additional magic resist, rather. Ezreal's gonna get away here just barely for a few seconds, and Ahri picks up a kill, making her 8-1. So definitely not good. And she's using her ult in an aggressive posture to try and pick up Zed. And Zed ran the complete opposite direction to try and get away as far away as possible in the least ideal, in the most ideal position, away from his base. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I've done that before too. You have your enemy chase you all the way around their jungle, they give up, or they go a different route, you wind up here or here, and they're still trying to follow you and think you're coming over here, and you get away. But in the meantime, we see Ahri about to pick up another kill here on Sona, and no, she has to pop her Zanyas here underneath that tower for just a second though, and yeah, that is pretty much going to be a GG here. The blue team cannot do anything to the purple team, just because they cannot survive the hits from Fizz and Ahri. In the meantime, Sona does pop her ult and tries to get the kill on Caitlyn here. In the meantime, Fizz gets the kill on Ezreal underneath the tower. Zed tries to pop his ultimate, getting a kill on somebody. Fizz actually dies to Zed's ult. Zed, in the meantime, did get the kill on Jarvan before he died. That's going to be a Sona dead to Caitlyn ult. And then we've got Zed and Irellia trying to not die here, but it's not going to work. They're both going to die in about a matter of 3 or 4 seconds. Volibear is posturing to do something to Zed, and Zed's gonna die in about, there he goes. I didn't even have time to call it. Zed's dead. Pretty much everybody but Irellia is dead, and as I said, I think that's a surrender by the blue team. Shows you the importance of magic resist, guys. Magic resist. It's a thing that is needed. You can't just have 2 people with magic resist. Zed, I don't know why he got, boots of mobility. He needs magic resist. Ezreal needs magic resist. And now we've got the purple team here going to go ahead and take that Baron out. And Volibear here is going to go ahead and have his passive pop in just about 3 or 4 seconds. And he's not going to die anytime soon to that Baron. And Janna is actually going to come in here and try and soak up a few hits from Baron, which he is able to do for just a second. And Volibear is actually not going to have his ult or passive pop. Or does it? Was it already popped? I don't know, but there we go. Baron's dead, and yeah, game's going to be ending here in just a few seconds. So let's just, again, take a quick look at the goal differences. That's about a 3.1k, 3.2k goal difference between the tops in favor of Fizz. Obviously, he did get the kill right there on Sona and revealing that they had, you know, Baron buff. And yeah, here comes in the surrender. Or not. I guess it didn't surrender. I guess they're still trying to play this out. In the meantime, Fizz is going to go ahead and get the kill here on Jarvan in about 3-4 seconds. No, he decides not to. Ooh, I miscalled that completely, guys. My bad. But anyway, yeah, between the tops is about 3k gold difference between the middle. Oh, there we go. There's the surrender. So I wasn't off. The blue team did surrender. But yeah, let's take a look at the differences really quick. So we've got Irellia at 7k, well, 7.1k, Fizz at 10.4k gold. We've got Jarvan at 7.9k gold, Volibear at 10.0, so 10k gold. We've got Zed at 9.6k gold and Ahri at 12.1k gold. Wow. We've got Ezreal at 7.7k gold and Cait at 10.5. And then we have Sona at 6.7 and Janna at 8.3k, almost 8.4. Look at the items really quick. Between the tops, Blade of the Ruin King, alright, not a big deal, that's pretty standard. And a Hex Drinker. Okay, where are your level 2 boots that give you magic resist? Where's any sort of level 2 boots? You know, I think Irellia was going to try and work towards a Black Cleaver as well, I don't know. Meantime, Jarvan, Runic Bulwark, alright, that's a standard item for a jungle. As well as the Locket of Iron Star, or Iron Sylvari, yeah. So, pretty standard items for a jungle. Then he has, you know, his Madrid's Razors, Madrid's Razors and Boots of Mobility. Alright, at least he had some sort of magic resist with him. Not a big deal. Zed, Blade of the Ruin King, standard item on him. Last Whisper, standard item. Then he was building towards a Brutalizer with Boots of Mobility Home Guard. Where's your magic resist, buddy? Where is it? You should have realized, you know, from level 1, you're going to need some sort of magic resist. You know, Ezreal, he's got a Bloodthirster, Phantom Dancer, Berserker Greaves, and a Doran's Blade. Where's his magic resist? I have no clue. And Sona, you know, has a Ruby Sightstone, okay, standard item. Irelia's Reverie, standard item. And level 1 boots with some wards, okay. She was working on other items, I can understand that, that's fine, not a big deal. Fizz, Zanya's Hourglass, I have no idea why it's not showing it, but Lichborn, the victory's covering it over. But yeah, he has a Lichborn. Or Lichbane, forget the name of it. I think if we click him, there we go, Lichbane. So yeah, he has a Lichbane, Zanya's double Doran's Rings, and Sorcerer Shoes. He doesn't need magic resist because he's the one doing it all. Volibear has Randuin's Omen, Static Shiv, and a... what is that again? The lantern? The Wriggles Lantern. Okay, not a big deal. He has magic resist, he has armor, he has health, he has everything he needs. As well as, you know, attack speed and crit. Caitlyn, what does she have? Caitlyn has Berserker Greaves with Fur. Okay, she has Infinity Edge, a Phantom Dancer, and she was working towards, I would have to assume, at least assume, she was working towards a Last Whisper. Again, she doesn't need anything because she was in no danger of dying ever. You know, early game, yeah, she was, but really, late game, not really. And Janna, we can see down here, she has a Morellonomic. She also has an Aegis of the Legion, a Ruby Sightstone, Philosopher's Stone, and a Ruby Crystal. I believe that Ruby Crystal was going to be going towards something else, I don't know, in level 1 boots. She doesn't need magic resist or armor because she is pretty much getting it from her items. You know, she's right down here, and yeah, she didn't need it. But again, that shows you guys the importance of having magic resist versus Fizz, Ahri, or any team with double AP like that. You need to have your resistances, you need some health, you need something to negate the damage heading your way. And with that, I'm gonna, just leave it at that. My name has been Shadowswolm, and I will talk to you all next time.